Hello everyone, my name is Lalit Chauhan and welcome to this YouTube channel Mathletes. So in this lecture we are going to study something about divisibility, like what kind of questions are asked in divisibility and what concepts you need to know to solve the questions of divisibility. So let us start with some of the important divisibilities that have recently been asked in the SSC exams and different kind of exams. So let us start with this. So we will study about the divisibility of 8. Now what you need to know when we are dividing any number by 8. So before 8 you need to understand the divisibility of 4. Like what criteria is there if you have to check whether any number is divisible by 4 or not. For example, if I am writing any number like this, I am saying let us say the number is 524, and if I have to check whether this number is divisible by 4 or not, then what you have to do, we just have to check the last two digits. If last two digits are divisible by 4, I can say the entire number will also be divisible by 4. For example, if I am saying let us say the number is if I have to check whether this number is divisible by 4 or not, I just have to check these last two digits. If these last two digits are divisible by 4, then I can say the entire number is also divisible by 4. Now, if I need to check what kind of numbers are divisible by 2, I can say I just have to check the last digit. I can say if 4 is divisible by 2, I can say the entire number is divisible by 2. Similarly, if 8 is divisible by 2, the entire number is also divisible by 2. In other words, we can also say that even numbers are always divisible by 2, or the last digit should be divisible by 2, or it should be even. That means in case of 2 we have to see the last digit. In case of 4 we have to see the last digit. Similarly, if we see this pattern, I can say this 8 means 2 cube. So we have to see the last three digits. We have to see the last three digits in case of 8. So if I have to check whether any number is divisible by 8 or not, I just have to check the last three digits. For example, if I am taking a number, let us say I am saying let us say this is the number, and if I have to check whether this number is divisible by 8 or not, what I have to do, I just have to check the last three digits. You can see that 8, this is 8 1 times 8, then 4 8 6 times is 48. So we can say 8 16 times is 128. So this number is divisible, so this entire number will also be divisible by 8. So this is the property of 8. Now what kind of questions are asked in the SSC exams or any other kind of exams related to the divisibility of 8? Now there are 2 or 3 more concepts that you need to know about 8. Let us take this similar number here. Let us say I am saying there is this number 128. Now I know that this number is divisible by 8. Now if I add 8 more in this, I will get another number that is 136. And I can say that this number is also divisible by 8. Let us write 2 or 3 more numbers by adding 8 in all of them. If I add 8 in this, I will get 144. Then if I add one more time, it will be 152. Then it will be 160, and then it will be 168. I can say all of these numbers are divisible by 8. Now if you see some kind of pattern in this, I can see that this number is increasing by how much? This unit digit is either decreasing by 2, this unit digit is decreasing by 2, or I can say that this unit digit is also increasing by 8. If I add 8 in this, it will be 16, then carryover will be 1, then 12 plus 1 is 13. Similarly, if I add 8 in this, 6 plus 8 is 14, carryover 1, 13 plus 1 is 14. So what we can say is either we are subtracting 2 or we are adding 8 in all of these. This is what we are doing. Now if I compare these two numbers, like let us try to see this one, 128 and 168. That is, if I keep this unit digit same as it is, if I'm writing this 128 here and I'm writing this 168 here, if I'm keeping this unit digit same as it is, what I see is, if I talk about this middle digit, this digit is increasing by 4. I can say this digit is increasing by 4. Similarly, if I have to write one more number that is divisible by 8 by keeping this unit digit intact, that is keeping this unit digit as it is same, then I can add 4 more in this. 6 plus 4 is 10, 0, carry over 1, it will be equal to 2. So you can just see this pattern. If you are keeping this unit digit same, then this middle digit increases by 4, or this middle digit increases by 4, decreases by 4. For example, if it is 0, then if I decrease it by 4, it should be 6. If I decrease it by 4, it should be 2. So this is what you have to remember. Now let us take one more example in this. Again, if I am saying, let us say the number is 128. Now if I have to keep this 28 as it is, like I want to keep this 28 same, and I have to see which other number is divisible by 8. Let us write a number 328. Now I have to see whether this number is divisible by 8 or not. I can say this is 8, 4 times is 32, 8 1 times is 8, so this is 41 times. So we can say yes, this number is exactly divisible by 8. If I write one more number in this, the number should be 528. Now this is 8 6 times is 48, 8 6 times is 48, this is 66 times. This number is also divisible by 8. If I take one more example in this, the another number that is divisible by 8 is 728. This number is also exactly divisible by 8. This will be 91 times 8. Now if I say this, if I am keeping this middle digit as well as unit digit same, you will see some pattern. You will see that this 100th digit is increasing by 2. This 100th digit is increasing by 2, or if I am going upwards, this 100th digit is decreasing by 2. This is what we can conclude from these examples. So I came to a conclusion that the conclusion is, if I am writing any number like this, A, B and C, then this number always increases or decreases by 8. Remember this, that this number always increases or decreases by 8. Similarly, if I'm talking about this middle number always increases or decreases by 4. And if I talk about this 100th digit, then this number always increases or decreases by 2. Now if you are confused in this, that how this number decreases by 8 or how this number increases by 8, we can just see this example again. This 8 plus 8 is 16, or if I subtract 8 from this, then I will get 0. Or if I'm saying this is, let us say this is 6, if I subtract 8 from 16, I will get 8. If I subtract 8 from 14, I will get the 6. If I subtract 8 from 12, I will take 1 from here. If I subtract 8 from 12, I will get this 4. So this unit digit works for plus minus 8. The pattern for this middle digit is plus minus 4, and the pattern for this 100th digit is plus minus 2. Now let us see this question. The question is 303B4 is divisible by 8. We have to find the possible values of B. Now what can be the possible values of B? Now if you remember the pattern of 8, or if you remember the divisibility rule of 8, the rule says that last 3 digits should be divisible by 4. Last 3 digits should be divisible by 8. We don't have to check this entire number. We just have to check whether the last 3 digits are divisible by 8 or not. Now as B is missing here, I have to find this B. Now one method of doing this is, you can use hit and trial method. You can simply use hit and trial method in this. Now if you have to find the value of B, you can simply use hit and trial method. You can simply keep any value of B and then we can see whether this entire number is divisible by 8 or not. This is what we can do. Now that can be long and can be tiresome as well sometimes. Another method that we can do in this one is, we can just count the table of 8, that is, we can count the multiple of 8, and then we have to see such kind of number in which the 10th digit is 3. For example, if I count the multiples of 8, then 8 4 times is 32. 8 4 times is 32, and I can say that 10th digit over here is 3. Similarly, now I have to count a number in which the unit digit is 4. I have to count the multiples of 8 in such a way that the unit digit is 4. Now 8, we know 8 3 times is 24. So I can write it in such a way. So I can say that the number should be, this is 3, this is 4, so that these are same, then this will be equal to 4. So we can say that this number should be 344, and the value of b is 4. Now as we know that the middle digit which is divisible by 8, it shows a pattern. And what is the pattern? That this middle digit either increases by 4 or it decreases by 4. So if I am decreasing this number by 4, I get one more number, and the number is 304. Similarly, if I add 8 in this, if I add 4 in this, then I get this 4. If I add one more 4 in this, then I get a number that is 384. So we have three numbers, that is 304, 344, and then 384. You can see that this increased by 4 and this again increased by 4. So we can say that we have three numbers over here, or we have three possible values of b. So the possible values of b are 0, 4 and 8. Now sometimes the question is also asked that find the sum of all the possible values of b. Find the sum of all the possible values of b. If you have to find the sum, then you just have to add them. So this will be 0 plus 4 plus 8, that is equal to 12. So we can say that sum will be equal to 12. So let us try to solve this question. The question is 3257 b6 is divisible by 8. We have to find the maximum value of b. Now again, the pattern is we just have to check whether the last three digits are divisible by 8 or not. I can write this one as 7b6 divisible by 8. Now again, when we have to find the middle value, we don't have to use the hidden trial method by keeping the different values in this. What we can do is we can just save our time by finding the multiples of 8 in such a way that the 10th digit is 7 and the unit digit is 6. So if I am writing a number in which 10th digit is 7, so I can say 8 9 times is 72, and I have to find a number, I have to find the multiple of 8 in which the unit digit is 6. So I can say 8 7 times is 56, so the number will be 776. Now as I know this, that this middle number works in plus minus 4, so I cannot add 4 in this, because if I add 4 in this, then this number will also change, because 7 plus 4 will be equal to 11 and this will be equal to 816. So we don't have to change this number, as this number and this number are constant. So if I cannot add 4, then I can simply subtract 4 from this. So the answer will be 736. So we have two different values of b, that is, we have this 7 and we have this 3. As they are asking for the maximum value, so I can simply say that the maximum value of b is equal to 7. Now let us see this another question. The question is n equals to 53x 4y28 is divisible by 8. That is, this number is exactly divisible by 8. We have to find how many values of n are possible. Like how many such kind of numbers can be made which are divisible by 8. So first thing is we have to find the value of y. Now, and how we can do that? We know last 3 digits are divisible by 8, so simply dividing it by 8. Now what I can do is I can just see any number in which the unit digit is 8, that is I have to see the multiple of 8 in which the unit digit is 8 and this tens digit is 2. So I can say this, we can just simply find the value of by putting any value of y. If I put y equals to 1, I get this as 128, and if I see this is exactly divisible by 8, so I got one value of y, that is 128. Now another value of y is, I know this, that this value works in the pattern of plus minus 3. So either it can be plus 2, that is it can be 328. Another possible value of y can be 528, and another possible value of y should be 728. That is increasing this value by 2. So this is how it works. So we have 4 values of y right now. So the number can be like this: n equals 5 3x 4 1 2 8. Now another value of n can be 5 3x 4 3 2 8. The another value of n should be 5 3x 4 5 2 8, and another value should be 5 3x 4 7 2 8. Now we have these different values of y, that is 1 3 5 and 7. Now what about this x? Now I know this, that this entire number is divisible by 8, because I just have to check the divisibility by last 3 numbers. As you can see that last 3 numbers are divisible by 8, then entire number is also divisible by 8. So this x does not matter what value you keep here, because last 3 digits are divisible, this number will always be divisible. So x can take any value in this. I can say n, this number can be 5 3 0 4 1 2 8. That is, we can take the value of x as 0 and the value of y is 1. Similarly, another number can also be like this: 5 3 1 4 1 2 8. Similarly, we can also write this as 5 3 2 4 1 2 8. So what you can see here, that whatever the value of x I keep here, it does not matter, we just have to see the last 3 digits. So we can keep all the values from 0 till 9. So I can say that I have how many numbers here? I have 10 numbers over here. That means the value of n will be equal to, that is I will get 10 numbers from here by keeping different values of x. Similarly, the another case is, if n is equal to 5 3x 4 3 2 8, that is if the value of y is 3. If the value of y is 3, then again I can keep this x as 0. Similarly, I can keep this x as 5 3 1 4 3 2 8. Then I can keep this n as 5 3 2 4 3 2 8, and similarly I can, this x can goes up to 9. So we will get 10 numbers from here. So I can say we get 10 numbers from here, 10 from here, and overall we have 4 values. So 4 values will give us 40 numbers. So I can say n will be equal to 40. That is, we get 40 different numbers in this. Let us solve this another question. The question says n equals 67a4b84 is exactly divisible by 72, and we have to find how many values of n are possible, like how many such kind of numbers are possible. Now what we can do is, again we can just see that n can be, this number can be written as Now we have two numbers over here. We have this 8 and then we have this 9. Now we know what is the rule of 8, or how do we check whether any number is divisible by 8 or not. But what about 9? See, the divisibility of 9 is simple to check. The divisibility of 9 says, if I have to check whether any number is divisible by 9 or not, I just have to add the digits, or the sum of the digits should be divisible by 9. For example, if I have to check whether this number is divisible by 9 or not, I just simply have to add up the digits. I can say 7 plus 2 is 9, 9 plus 9 is 18, and then I can say 18 is exactly divisible by 9. So this entire number will also be divisible by 9. Similarly, if I am saying, let us say the number is 731, and I have to check this number is divisible by 9 or not, then of course, then this is 7 plus 3, 10 plus 1, 11. I can say that this number is not divisible by 9. Now if somebody is asking that find the remainder in this, what will be the remainder? If I have to find the remainder, I just simply have to add the digits. This 7 plus 3 is 10, 10 plus 1 is 11. Now if I divide 11 by 9, I get remainder is equal to 2. So this is how we find remainder in case of 9, or this is how we check the divisibility in case of 9. So you just have to add up the digits divided by 9, and then whatever the remainder is, that will be the remainder for the entire number. So let us try to solve this question. The question is, now I have to check two divisibilities here. That is, I have to check that this number should be divisible by 8 and this number should also be divisible by 9. For 8, the rule is last 3 digits should be divisible by 8. Now what I can do in this one, I can simply keep the values of b over here, and then I can see whether which number is divisible by 8. Let us try putting the values. I am putting b equals 1. If I put b equals 1, this number will be equal to 184, and you can see that if this number is divisible by 8 or not. You can see this, that when I am dividing this number by 8, so this is 8 to 16, and then 8 3 times 24. So this number is exactly divisible by 8. So I got this number that is equal to 1. So I can say in B84, this number will be equal to 1. Another number will be equal to 3, because this number increases by 2. Then another number will be equal to 5, and another number will be equal to 7. So these are the different values of b. Now what about this a? Now what we can do is, we can keep these different values of b here, and then we can simply find the value of a. Now let us try to keep these different values one by one. Let us try to keep this first value. Now this is the value of b. Now if you see this, b is 1 over here. So what I have to do, I have to add all of them. If I add all of them, what I get is, this 8 plus 4 is 12, plus 1 is 13, plus 4 17, plus 7 is 24, plus 6 is 30. So this will be equal to 30 plus a. So if I have to find the remainder in this, so if I am dividing this number by 9, the remainder will be equal to 9 3 times is 27, remainder will be equal to 3. So I can write this number further as a plus 3. So what value should I add in 9? What value should I add in 3 so that this entire number is divisible by 9? I can say a will be equal to 6. So this will be equal to 6. That is 6 plus 3 is 9, and it will be completely divisible by 9. Let us see the another case. The another one is 6 7a 4 3 8 4. Now this is b we have. Now b is 3 over here. Now again, if I add all of them, what I will get is, now as you can see, b was 1 here, so we got this 30 plus a. If I increase this b by 2, I will get 2 extra, that is 32 plus a. Now if I divide this by 9, I got this as a plus 9 3 times is 27, remainder will be 5. So what I should add in a, what I should add in 5, or what value should I keep for a so that it will be divisible by 9? I can say a will be equal to 4. So a is 4 in this one. Let us say another one. If I increase this number again by 2, taking this 5, it will be 5 at 4, and then again increasing this one by 2, this will be equal to 34 plus a divided by 9. Or you can, if you are not getting what I am saying, you can just simply add these numbers as well. So this will be equal to 9 3 times is 27, we get remainder as 7, so a plus 7 divided by 9. So if I divide this number by 9, so what should be a for this should be equal to 2. So this is how we can keep different values here. Then fourth one is, if I keep b equal to 7, then this will be equal to 36 plus a divided by 9. Now as you can see, this 36 is entirely divisible by 9. I can say the value of a can be either it should be 0, 36 plus 0 divided by 9, or it should be 9. It can also be 9, 36 plus 9 divided by 9. We can keep two different values of a. We can also keep 0 and we can also keep 9. So we got two values from here, that is a is equal to 0 and a is equal to 9. So we got different values of a and b over here. Now what values of a we got, I'm again writing some of those values. Now when we got b as 1, we got the value of a equal to 6. So this is the first number we got. Now second number is, when we got value of b as 3, then in that case we got value of a as 4. Similarly, when we got the value of b as 5, in that case we got the value of a as 2. So this can be the possible number. Another one, when we got the value of b as 7, in that case we got the value of a as 2. Sorry, we got the value of a as 0, and in that case we got two different values of a. The another value was 9. So we got two different values for the same 7, that is 0 and 9. So we can say how many numbers we have, how many different numbers we got. I can say total we got 5 different numbers. So this is how we solve such kind of questions. For B84 you have to apply the rule of 8. For A, as we have to see whether this number is completely divisible by 9 or not, so we have to add all the digits and then we have to calculate the values of A. So these are the possible 5 numbers of n. Now let us see this another case, how to check whether any number is divisible by 11 or not. Now you can see many questions coming in the prelims and mains based on this, that is divisibility by 11. Now what is the basic concept behind this? What kind of numbers are divisible by 11? For divisibility by 11, sum of the difference of alternate numbers should be 0. Sum of the difference of alternate numbers should be 0 or divisible by 11. Sum of the difference of alternate numbers should be 0 or divisible by 11. Now this is the divisibility rule of 11. Now what is the meaning of this? This means, let us say I am writing a number. A number is, let us say this is the number. Now we have to add the alternate numbers. That is, if I am starting with this one, I simply have to add the alternate numbers, and after adding the alternate numbers we have to add the remaining numbers. The remaining numbers are b and d, and then I have to see their difference. That is, a plus c plus e should be equal to b plus d, or we can say that a plus c plus e minus b plus d should be equal to 0. So this is what divisibility of 11 says, that sum of the difference of alternate numbers should be equal to 0. Now either it can be 0, or it should be divisible by 11, or it should be divisible by the factor of 11, like this, 11 or 22 or 33 or etc. So this is how we check the divisibility by 11. For example, let us say I am taking an example of a simple number, let us say 1331. If I have to check whether this number is divisible by 11 or not, what I have to do, I just simply have to add the alternate numbers, adding these and then adding these. So this 3 plus 1 is 4, 3 plus 1 is 4, and 4 minus 4 is 0. I can say this number is exactly divisible by 11. Now what is the another way of checking the divisibility by 11? What we can do, either we can add these alternate numbers like this, or we can just simply apply the signs on them. For example, if I am saying, let us say the number is, now I have to check whether this number is divisible by 11 or not. Now what we can do, either we can start with the alternate numbers, adding them, or the same process is we can just simply apply the signs. That is, if I apply positive sign in this one, so the alternate number is this 3, again applying positive sign on this. Another alternate number is 1, applying positive sign on this one. Now the remaining numbers, you just apply the negative sign. And remember this, start with positive sign from the unit digit. So if I am adding all of them, what I get is 5 plus 3 plus 1 is 8. 8 minus 4 plus 2 is 6. So 8 minus 6 is 2. So what is the meaning of this 2? This means when we divide this number by 11, the remainder will be equal to 2. It means the number is not completely divisible by 11 and the remainder will be equal to 2. Similarly, let us take one more case in this. I have to check whether this number is divisible by 11 or not, and if not, then what will be the remainder. Again, what I have to do is start with the positive sign, applying positive sign on the alternate numbers, and then whatever numbers remain there, you just apply negative sign on them. So adding the positive sign numbers and then subtracting the negative sign numbers. So we can say this is 9 plus 4 is 13, and 13 plus 5 is 18. So 18 minus 8 plus 3 is 11. 11 plus 0 is 11. So 18 minus 11 will be equal to 7. So I can say when this number is divided by 11, the remainder will be equal to 7. So this is how we check the divisibility by 11, or this is how we find the remainders in case of 11. Now let us try to solve this question. The question is 30x69y is completely divisible by 11. We have to find the largest value of y. Now what is the pattern in this? The pattern for 11 is we just have to put the signs from the unit digit, that is put positive sign in this, and then put this positive sign on the alternate numbers, that is leaving one number and then putting this positive sign, again leaving this x, putting positive sign on this one, and then on the remaining numbers you just put the negative signs. So what we can say is, we can write this one as 6 plus y minus 12 plus x. So either this should be equal to 0, or this should be equal to 11, or this should be equal to 22. So this is y plus 6 minus 12 minus x is equal to 0. Now I can further write this number as y minus x minus 6 is equal to 0, or we can write this one as y minus x is equal to 6. Now as the question is based on, we have to find the largest value of y. Now what we can do in this one is, for largest value of y, I will just simply keep the value of y as largest. Now I cannot keep y as 10 because y should only be of single digit. So I cannot keep double digits here. So the largest value of y is 9. Now what I should subtract so that I will get the 6? I can say 3. So we can say y will be equal to 9 and x will be equal to 3. So these are the possible values of x and y. And if we have to find the number that is exactly divisible by 11, so we can say the number is 303699. So we can say that this number is exactly divisible by 11. Now let us try to see this question. The question is, we have to find the smallest value of y. Now again, what we can do is, we can just apply signs over here. Now we can write this one as Now the question is, we have to find the smallest value of y. Now how we can do that, or how we can find the smallest value of y? Now as you can see this, that y is positive over here and x is negative over here. So if I have to find the smallest value of y, then y cannot be positive. Or if I am saying, if I have to find the smallest value of y, then it means I have to find the largest value of x. Y can only be smallest when x is largest, but x is already negative over here. So for making y smallest and x largest, what I can do is, I can write this one as taking this y minus x on right hand side, and we can further write it as x minus y is equal to minus 6. Now what is the meaning of this x minus y is equal to minus 6? It means x is positive, it means x is larger than y, or we can say y is smaller than x, because we have to find the smallest value of y. Now x minus y is equal to minus 6. Now how we can do this so that we will get this minus 6? As the number should not be negative, so what we can do, as I told you, either the difference should be equal to 0, or it should be equal to 11, or it should be equal to 22. So we are getting x minus y is equal to minus 6. So what I can do, I can simply add 11 in this. So we can say, we can write x minus y is equal to 5. So this is the positive difference between x minus y. As we were getting the difference as negative, so in order to make it positive, we can simply add 11 in it. Now x minus y is equal to 5. What I can do is, now I can keep the values by hit and trial method. For smallest value of y, I know this, that value of x should be largest. So largest value of x should be 9, and the smallest value I will get as 4. So we can say 9 minus 4 is equal to 5. So the smallest value of y is equal to 4. So we can say that the number 309694 is also completely divisible by 11. Now let us try to solve this question. The question is 30A 68b is divisible by 11, we have to find the greatest value of b, and the condition is also given to us if a is greater than b. Now, how we can solve this question? Again, we can just simply apply positive and negative signs here. Now we can write this one as now we got this as b minus a is equal to 5. Now it is already given to us that a is greater than b. A is already greater than b, but here you see that a is negative and b is positive. So in order to make them positive, what we have to do is we have to take this on the right hand side, and I can further write this one as a minus b is equal to minus 5. That is taking b minus a on the right hand side and taking 5 on the left hand side. Now, as I told you, if you get the difference of two numbers in negative, you just simply add 11 in them. I can write this number as a minus b equals minus 5 plus 11, or I can say a minus b will be equal to 6. Now, I can say that a is greater than b over here. I have to find the greatest value of b, but a should be greater than b. So if a is greater than b, what I can do is I can keep any value of a and b over here. Now let us say I am keeping that b should be greatest. Now if I keep a as 9 over here, then I will get b as 3 over here. So 9 minus 3 will be equal to 6. Another way of doing this is I can also keep a as 8, and I can also keep b as 2. So 8 minus 2 will be equal to 6. Another way of doing this is I can also keep a as 7, and I can also keep b as 1, and this will be equal to 6. One more way of doing this is taking a as 6 and taking b as 0. This will be equal to 6. But it is already given to us that the value of b should be greatest. So this is only the greatest value. So we can say the greatest value of b is equal to 3. Now let us try to solve this question. The question is 5x440y is divisible by 88, and we have to find the maximum value of 8x minus 5y. Now this question is important and is also the previous year question of SSC. Now why this question is important? Because we get different values of x and y here, and most of the students majority of students do the same mistake here. I will tell you what mistakes students can do and how we can ignore it. Now you can see this, that 88 means 8 11 times. So we have to check two divisibilities now. That is, we have to check the divisibility of 11, and we also have to check the divisibility of 8. So first of all, checking the divisibility of 8, what we can do is I can keep I just have to check the last 3 digits. So 40y should be divisible by 8. Now I can say that the value of y can be equal to 0. That is, 400 is exactly divisible by 8, and we know this, that this unit digit works in plus minus 8, so another value of y can be equal to 8. So we have two possible values of y, either 0 or 8. Now what we can do is, if I apply the divisibility of 11, then I can write this as Now x plus y is equal to 5. It is given to us. Now what we can do is, we have to take these possible values of y and then we have to put them here. If I put y as 0, I can say x will be equal to 5. So 5 plus 0 will be equal to 5. Now another value of y is 8. So x plus y is equal to 5. Another value of y is 8. So if I put 8 here, then I cannot put minus 3 over here. Minus 3 plus 8 will be equal to 5, but we cannot take negative values in this because x and y should be the positive values. So this case is wrong here. What else we can do is, x plus y is equal to 5. As I told you in the earlier case, that if this number is negative, then we simply add 11 in it and we make it positive. Now if this number is not negative, that means if this number is positive, then still we can add 11 in it. But you just have to check the basic facts in this. That is, if I am adding 11 in this, 5 plus 11 will be equal to 16. Now you have to remember one thing over here. If I am adding 11 in this, what is the reason of adding 11? I am adding 11 because you just have to check the values of x and y. That means I can take any value of x, any value of y. If I take the maximum value of x and maximum value of y, it should not cross this limit. Get this? What I am saying is, if I take x as 9 and if I take y as 9, so 9 plus 9 is 18. So it should not cross the limit of maximum numbers. For example, let us say if I take x plus y as 21. So x plus y equals to 21 is not even possible, because if I am taking x plus y as 21, then one number should be at least of 2 digits. That means one number should be 12, another can be 9. And this is not possible. We have to find the single digit numbers. So another case is, we can add 11 in this and this will be equal to 16. This is also possible. We can keep, if I am keeping x as 9, y will be equal to 7 over here. So if I am keeping x as 9, y will be equal to 7, and still this is possible. So what we can do in this one is, if x plus y is 16, now the value of y is already given to us. It is equal to 8. If y is 8, I can say x is also 8. So we have two different values of x and y, that is 8 and 8. Now we have to find the maximum value of 8x minus 5y. So first of all, keeping the value of x as 5 and keeping the value of y as 0. If I keep x as 5, then this will be equal to 40. If I keep y as 0, this will be equal to 0. So we can say this will be equal to 40. Similarly, if I keep x equals to 8, so 8 times is 64, and if I keep y as 8, so 8 5 times is 40, this will be equal to 24. So I can say this is the maximum value of 8x minus 5y. So the maximum value of 8x minus 5y will be equal to 40.